Hi guys, welcome back to my series Dissecting Toppers. This is episode 3 of our series, and today we have our special guest Dr. Aamiya Jilson Joss, who has secured All India rank 2041, a massive improvement from his last year rank. From her last year rank 6K, she was a student of Thoothukudi Medical College, Tamilnadu, and she is from batch 2015. She got 6K rank in previous attempt, but did not get her favorite branch by 18 rank. So as mop around finished very late, she got this rank in 100 days almost. Unbelievable. So welcome, Dr. Aamiya.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Uh, I am a graduate from Thoothukudi Medical College. My batch was 2015, like Dr. Bogus said. But my home state is from Kerala. As we speak right now, I'd like to take this opportunity to bring everybody's attention to a particular issue. As we speak right now, every emergency service and OPD services in Kerala are closing down as we speak because of the recent murder that we all heard about. A house surgeon was stabbed to death by um, a criminal in delirium tremens when he came for medical examination before being taken into custody. The worst part was that what was more enraging by more than the murder was that the health minister came into a public platform and said that a factor why the house surgeon was murdered was because she didn't have experience. And ever since then, ever since the health minister made this statement, every doctor is enraged, and they're all preparing to protest and completely boycott all services, including emergencies.
But this is not good. Our health minister also said like a few days before, we don't need Central Protection Act. You know about it, Dr.
Yes, yeah.
Mansukh sir. Like when
Earlier,
Shashi
Shashi
Tharoor
Tharoor
asked
inquired about it.
ask in Lok Sabha, he replied like that. But reality is this: we really need Shelter Protection Act, but because we know there is everywhere there is like people are ruthless, like they don't think we are working so hard for them. But still, like very sad by the news of death of Dr. Vandana Das. Her name is Dr. Vandana
Yes,
Das. She was from
yes, yes,
2016 batch and house surgeon, and doing
yes.
also I listened that Supreme Court in a order told that you can't matlab you can't capture the hand of
Usually, yes, exactly. When you are supposed to bring a criminal for medical examination, you're not allowed to handcuff the person in question. That was also one of the reasons why the particular person who attacked the doctor was able to attack her. He grabbed the artery forceps and the scissors she was using to dress his wounds and stabbed her to death.
but the thing is helping the statement is not good at all, like
Yeah, exactly. We are very shocked about what happened. It's just, there's one important factor. Even if our health minister, Dr. Mansukh, said that we don't need the Central Protection Act, what's more important is that the public outlook that what people have towards doctors is filled with passive hate more than actual gratitude. A lot of this is endorsed by our ministers itself. To give you a perspective, where this particular incident happened, where the murder of Vandana Das happened,
okay.
the MLA of that particular constituency a few months ago, he said in a public platform, he said that some doctors deserve to be hit. That's what he
But
said.
that's very
And
sad. Actually, in
the
the end, the Kerala will suffer, or like health of people will suffer in the end because many of doctors are leaving the country, and many of
exactly,
doctors not
I
attending
know.
the serious cases.
Exactly. Everyone's going into defensive medicine, especially when it comes to casualty. You can't really go into defensive medicine because you have to take the risk for the patient. But I don't think anybody will be
So,
ready for that anymore. And the loss is for the people who actually stood by and
yeah.
allowed this to happen.
So the branch from emergency medicine to defensive medicine, a great change.
Yes, yes, exactly.
People will suffer. Actually, I know here in our Rajasthan, two people, not people, they are like political peoples do like this.
Hmm,
They always
hmm,
support things, even
hmm,
when they don't know. They support the caste. Actually, from this podcast, I want to say that like raise humanity before, matlab, put humanity first, then caste,
hmm,
your caste. Like your
hmm,
someone from your like caste or other than from other than your caste is suffering because of political issue, but like
hmm,
support,
hmm,
like people
hmm,
don't
hmm.
do
Yes,
support
yes.
like over like or like our admission even don't support us. The thing is that.
It's I think in Kerala, I think more than caste, I think it is political party backup. Anybody can do anything wrong as long as you have the political party to back you up. If you don't have a political party, you're the one who's going to suffer. That's
Yes,
exactly
so
what's happening in
everyone need,
Kerala.
yes, so everyone need approach, I think so. So it's better to
Hmm.
marry a doctor. It's better to marry IES than a doctor.
Exactly.
Like the thing people think like that only, na? Like they want power. Everyone want power.
Yes, everyone craves for power. Everyone wants some sort of freedom in their life, and it's also one of the reasons why a lot of people are even taking up medicine. But it is the thing is that medicine is a very over glamorized profession. It's very romanticized, but it's a very toxic lifestyle when you think
Yes, we
about it.
have to do 72 hours duty in like continuously. Like people don't, people think we are like so free, we are enjoying our time. But really, people need to understand that.
Hmm.
Like very sadful news.
I won't deny that we do have a certain privileges, but it is not exactly very special if you it's not exactly a privilege that you get because you're a doctor. It's because we worked our way to that particular post. The privilege
Yeah,
comes
we
from
are
that.
available.
It's not some,
Actually,
yeah, yeah. It's
we are
not
easily
something
available,
we.
na? And we are when someone is easily available, something is easily available, people do like that. So people need to
That is
understand
true.
it.
That is
That
true.
like,
Yeah, they take it for granted.
like they take it wrong. Like if you go to other departments, they don't even meet to you. Like literally, if you go to a school and then say, I want to meet principal, just sit 2 hours, just sit 2 hours
Exactly. Yeah,
outside.
it's easier
The
to
little
meet the
side,
doctor than the actual
but
principal.
and
Yes.
like for us, we want ki like just come. We will teach you. We will treat you first. We will treat you first. Like it's like I think we are like more sympathized like towards people, and we are receiving that
Hmm.
thing, bad things.
Yeah, it's
Don't
just that
know.
people don't understand what happens behind the scenes, and they just think it's so easy to become a doctor nowadays. And once you're a doctor, your life is set. We are all
Like
past
I,
that we are all past that age. Where we are like halfway through our twenties, and we still haven't settled anywhere. But our friends who
oh,
took different courses are settled.
I am halfway to my death. Like still I am doing like I need medicine, I need surgery, I need this, I need this. And I requested also IMA, UDFA chairman, I requested FIMA chairman, everyone I requested to please put your political things aside and support for the cause and the protection act. I think so like they can do like keep your side agendas, keep your agenda inside like who is
Mm-hmm.
president, who is she, from which caste is president, like people do like that. I think everyone
Yes,
need
yeah.
to speak about this. Like we need central protection act. We are not doing our duties. Like we need
Mm-hmm.
to act now. Like it's time to act now. Really.
Exactly. It's
Like
actually too late to even act. I hope at least by this incident, people will be more encouraged to stay united and have a united voice.
don't know what will happen. Like
Yeah.
literally, I'm very sad. But like I got this news like few hours before. Actually, in
Hmm.
my on my WhatsApp channel, we have a one. So very sad.
Yeah.
So
It could have been any of us. That's even more scary.
like I am afraid to take medicine or any other branch. Like that's why people are like more towards like radio and derma. Like that's the reason.
There is a good reason, and you cannot blame them for wanting to be free and have a better work-life balance because everything else is so toxic.
And don't know how will people understand.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Okay then.
hope so. Everyone goes well. Everything goes well.
Hmm.
So the vacation, like, can we? Okay, so vacation is like you got 6K rank in your previous attempt. Okay,
Yes, I did.
like so you are okay now. Okay, so six K rank in previous drop and like you have to take drop. So what's your favorite branch? Don't say medicine now.
My It is medicine. I have a very unhealthy relationship with medicine, and my favorite branch of specialization is general medicine.
Okay, so you took drop for medicine only, okay? So
Yes,
you
I did.
you now got so good rank 204141. So you are considering radio also by this incident. Like I am thinking same. Like radio is like
No,
first priority now. Like
no, my mind hasn't changed because uh, I do have a certain goal ahead, and for that, I really need to take medicine.
okay.
And
So
I thought more than actually changing my branch for this, I will take the branch I like, and if I want to move out, I might, if the situation is getting
yes.
worse.
Okay, you want to, yeah, you're thinking to leave the country. Okay, cool. Like
If the
better option,
situation
like
is getting worse.
better payment also, and no
Exactly.
political
Better
pressure.
work-life balance.
Yes, and better respect.
Exactly. Again, yes.
So after 6K rank, like how did you manage by your brain? How did you settle your brain? Like 6K
Okay.
rank, I have to take.
The the thing is that my previous attempt, I did not give my 100% effort. I was not sure that I'll make it this well. Every time I did grand tests, my rank was always in such a way that I actually lost hope, and I wrote the exam
Okay,
because anyway we should attempt, right? So I wrote the exam, and I was very surprised by the rank I got. And
but
at
like,
first, yeah.
mhm, like say speak.
Yeah, so I was very surprised, and I thought I should really get in this time. And my mind was fixed about taking my seat because I thought I mean, this is luck. What I got was luck. I had this habit of undermining my own achievements. So I thought this is luck, and I should really not try my luck again and take a seat this time itself. And so I went to work. I joined work, and I started working for 4 months until November, October. And
Okay.
in the end, I was also participating in counseling, and I had really good hope that I would get in mop-up. But the
Okay.
mop-up results came, and it was in November. Until then, I had enjoyed my 5 month long vacation. I didn't even touch the books, and I had completely gone out of touch.
No question
And
bank at that time, like in
no, I
those
did not.
days.
No, and I did not. I was actually very busy with work. I had a very hectic schedule because of work, and I didn't have time to even revise. And I was using this time to do other things that I've always wanted to do, not
Okay.
study exactly, to be exact. And once the mop-up results came, I was so confident that I would get a seat that the day before the results came, I was arranging my certificates to check I had
Oh,
everything. I was that hopeful, but when the results came, I remember telling my parents, and it was so bad I couldn't think properly, and I took 2 days to recover from it, and then I found a hostel, and when I checked my countdown timer to the exam, I realized I had 102 days left, and
okay. Like in
I was
100 days, it's
yeah, I had just
unbelievable
100
achievement.
days left. I had 100 days left, and I had to pick up a pace. And I knew I would if I had. And then I had this particular regret that if I had dropped earlier, if I had dropped the job and started studying earlier, maybe I would have achieved even more. But I am happy how things turned out now, so no complaints.
Yes, 204 is a
Uh,
great rank. So, how was your cool? Like, I am asking, like, how was like you are a DAMS student or like Mero prep? Like, what
huh.
platform do
Last
you for
year,
last
I had
100 days?
taken for the last 100 days. I used my DAMS notes, which I had taken down from the year before, and
Okay, so
I
you are a
used Marrow QBank.
okay, so you are a DAMS student before and using Mero Question Bank Plan B.
Yes. Plan C,
Okay,
because I needed the revision
plus
videos also.
okay, cool. So let's go to your UG life. So you are a UG topper or like
Hmm.
an average student in UG? Like what was your UG rank?
My UG rank, you mean for AIPMT, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
It was around 4,000.
Okay, so
Uh,
you are like good student. Like 4K is like great rank
I
at that time
I
also.
wouldn't say it was, yeah, you could say that. And even then, I thought it was luck.
Okay.
It's but during UG, my academic life, during my UG life, I was not exactly a very excellent student. I was not a topper, but I can tell you that I enjoyed the academic part of college. My favorite subjects were mostly in second year and in final year, so those subjects I studied very passionately.
Okay.
And because I put my
Medicine.
effort in those subjects,
Hmm.
I had good returns during my entrance. I had like my core concepts for some topics were very strong because of that. Apart from that, I don't think I was a stellar student. I was not exactly a stellar student.
Okay. So you want to say that you read from standard books in like your UG life in second and final year all matlab,
Um,
Robbins.
yeah, pathology. I loved Robbins. Robbins was my favorite book in all of MBBS life, to be honest.
Okay.
I still have my copy of Robbins with me.
Oh. So you are saying read from standard books from
Um,
from like MBBS era itself.
I would recommend. It depends because if sometimes if the alternate book we had in our college when we were doing pathology was Harsh Mohan, and if Harsh
Yes.
Mohan was able to convey the concept to you better, I would not force you to read Robbins. But Robbins has a standard, and whatever Robbins says will not be argued with. So knowing
Yes.
stuff from Robbins has that advantage.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
You are true. You are saying
and
we, we,
if
we are student of Harshman. We are fan of Harshman,
Yeah, I
not
did use
Robbins.
Harsh Mohan too. I did use Harsh Mohan too. There were certain parts where I used to get irritated when I read Robbins, and I turned to Harsh Mohan for those topics. Uh,
For our
so,
batch, for our batch, Harshman is the gold
huh.
standard. Like everyone, like few of toppers read Robbins, and rest
Mhm.
full of batch was like Harshman, Harshman, Harshman. And we don't even buy that book. We always like ask from senior, sir, please give us your Harshman, sir. We
Oh,
need to read
okay.
and we will
But
return you
there
back.
is it does give you like the thing is I do think that through your 5 years of MBBS life you should be accustomed to at least one foreign author book because you will be exposed to that in your further PG life also. A lot of the language, medical language is you have to be familiar with the
Yes, yes.
medical writing, right? So foreign author books are important. Even though they say how only toppers use it, I think even attempting or trying a little bit will actually give you a good return.
True. So, yeah, you are from 2015 batch, so you completed your
Yes, I am.
internship. So this attempt
Yes, I
was
did.
like after internship. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I started
I
studying
listened
after
from
internship.
yes. Yes, so you are from Tamil Nadu, na? Like from in our state and like state near us, we always listen that the internship is very hectic in Tamil Nadu and Kerala side. Like they teach very well in
Yes,
internship.
it was
Is it
very
true?
hectic. Yes, it was
Like,
very hectic for me.
and is it true also? Like they teach everything. Like
Yes, I would say that academics in Tamil Nadu and in South India particularly is very good because the professors are very interested in teaching. It's very traditional how they manage students and how they approach and handle our doubts and all. It's very traditional. There is the very strict hierarchy of professors, and they're very interested. My medicine professor was my medicine HOD was a great teacher, and he's actually one of the reasons why I even still like medicine, even though there are so many reasons to not take it.
but there are like in the North India we are more in
Hmm.
like enjoy college like not like strict
Oh,
and and like the like just few days before like Dr. Aditya Ames Gupta said our
mhm,
teachers in from North India interested in reading PPT
mhm.
instead of teaching us they like read line to line give her child to make that PPT pick any line and put in this PPT and we will I will teach that PPT in morning.
The
So
thing is, I can't really say it's like only all the South Indian professors are great. There are some teachers who are not really good at teaching, but we also had really exemplary professors who were good at teaching, and I'm still grateful to their classes. Sometimes, even when some of the questions came for exam, I could remember their lectures because it was that good.
okay, so if you say if I can say ki your academic was 95%, we are on 5% only.
Oh God. I
Like
was
this is
blessed with good
reality.
teachers. I could tell you that.
So it was like internship was good. So you started preparation after internship from 2000 matlab, after internship and like in 100 days you achieved this. So like in 100 days you attended like in like just a year before like this 100 days you attended question bank or like you are not interested in question bank.
No, a question bank seemed very overwhelming for me because there are around 824 modules, and when I thought I would, if I had to do 800 modules in 100 days, and I would have to do with revision, I would have to do around 16 modules a day, and that seemed very tiring. So what I
Yes,
did
yes.
was I started doing custom modules.
Okay. So
When I
one
did
of my question is like,
hmm.
one of my question is, did you attend question bank last year, like when you got 6K rank?
No, not even then. I had not taken Marrow QBank. I was more of a damn student. I had taken Marrow
Okay.
QBank when they declared that the exam would be postponed around that time, February, March,
Okay.
that time.
So in 100 days, you were telling about custom module. So how did you like arrange, like use custom module? Like this is a famous custom module is very famous trend now. So how did you?
Yeah. So at first, I had no idea where my weak portions were and my strong portions were. I started with random, a complete custom module, 50 questions, and I
Okay,
would
50
start
question per day.
my mon. No, 50 questions in the morning and in the evening,
Achha, 50
but
question in the
50
morning,
questions
50
in
question in the evening. Okay, so
evening
from
and
random
50,
subject or the subject you are doing right now?
no, random subject. I never did
Okay,
the subject I'm doing. Uh, I felt like it was very counterproductive. I went with questions with random subjects, and I did 50 questions in the morning and 50 questions in the night. And I spent 1 hour every day after lunch,
okay. So to
reviewing the
revise
questions
it.
I made mistakes.
Acha,
Yes.
review. Yes, okay. So it was like
But
100
those
question more in.
reviewing will be subject wise.
Hmm.
But
Okay,
the
matlab
reviewing
like
in the
you.
afternoon was subject wise.
Okay, cool. So like in the custom module, in morning 50, in evening 50, and in the between time, like in lunch, after lunch, na?
Yeah. After
After
lunch,
lunch, you review. After lunch or
everyone
dinner.
is lazy. After lunch, everyone's
Oh,
lazy. Everyone wants to sleep. So I thought that would be the best time to review my bookmarks.
okay. So from November to March, you always do 100 question per day, or like you increase day by day. Like in December, you got like 100 per, matlab 200 per
No,
day.
at a time I was always strict with doing only 50 questions because if I did more than that, I would be extremely tired. I felt like I felt like doing 50 questions was the perfect amount for me because I would try to do it in for 30 minutes, or I would try to do it in 30 minutes as if I could. And then I could move on easily to the next topic or the next task to study. But if I was doing 75 or 100 questions, I needed a timeout, and I felt like I was stretching out myself too much if I did a custom module that was too big for my brain.
Okay. So at time of revision, when you revise topic, like from DAMS notes, okay.
Hmm.
So like
Hmm.
what was the like strategy? Like you revise per full subject per day, like tell by yourself. Like how did you revise your
Okay.
subject like last 100 days?
In the last 100 days, what I did was I had to take my time and find out what I was good at and what I was not good at. And I knew my strength was that I could read pretty fast, and then
Okay,
I could answer MCQs a little faster than my friends. I knew that a little above average, and
okay,
I knew some of my subjects were very strong. I knew like some of my subjects I didn't need to like worry about, and then I was focusing on my weak subjects. So what I did was for the first 30 days, I
okay.
was trying to read as much as possible. And when I was reading, I would try to read as mindfully as possible. I would try to make sure I knew what I was reading.
Okay. Like you
And
are
then for
revising in better way. Like you are not focusing. I remember it or not later, but you are just focusing on revising. That's what you want to
yes,
say.
I was just trying to focus on some what was in front of me.
Okay. So revise by
In
revision
the
videos.
revision videos was something I used as a last resort. There were some subjects that I was not doing very well at. For example, orthopedics was very weak for me. Anatomy was very weak for me. So I watched the revision videos of these subjects because I thought maybe if I watched videos, I would feel the classes would stay fresh in my head. So those subjects, I watched revision videos. And for community medicine, you need updates. So for community medicine,
Yes.
I watched the revision videos. And I didn't really spend time for revision videos for any of other subjects because my notes were pretty good enough for that.
So how do you manage like Telegram? We talked in Telegram like from different IDs. and you reply so fast. So so question like arising from that, how did you avoid FOMO? Like you are on Telegram also, as I know you. So how did you avoid like FOMO? So much FOMO.
Uh, I know Telegram is Telegram is literally the best and the worst app you can own when you're preparing. The first thing I did was I completely muted notifications from Telegram, and I made sure whatever group I'm in would post questions more often. So
Okay.
there are certain groups in Telegram where they post a lot of questions more than actually just discuss and talk. So I stayed away from those groups. I left those groups. I didn't care at that point because when you have just 100 days left for the exam, it's all or nothing for you at that point. So you're ready
Yes.
to give up anything you want. I had that motivation for me, so that kept me going for 100 days.
Yes, I think so. It's better to to avoid FOMO. You just have to left Telegram, right? Avoid like join 2 3 groups that gives you update about like what's going, when will things come, like notification come, and like avoid all other groups. And like for me, like leave Telegram also, like leave YouTube also.
Hmm,
Like
hmm,
put your phone aside while reading. Just
hmm,
focus
hmm.
and study. Like people are
Yes, exactly.
doing like so. You are a fan of Zainab Vora Mam, like very famous teacher. Like BTR was very famous. Like I attended 2 3
Yes,
BTR of
yes.
her.
I adore Zainab Vora Mam because Zainab Vora Mam is like that senior who or your friend who teaches you like the entire essay question right before you get into the exam
Yes.
hall. That's what she reminded me of. So the best way to utilize Zainab Vora Mam's classes is first having your own concept, and then as a last moment revision to jog it back into your memory. If you watch her classes, it's much more easier to grasp. Uh, I
Okay.
don't think completely relying on her as a resource is good. You still need your core concepts. You still need your core
Yes, yes,
concepts because the questions that come nowadays, they're completely testing your basic concepts. There's nothing else in NEET now.
yes. And like I think that when you follow her, like your concept should be strong. Like she will make more stronger.
Exactly.
She will make the concept more
She has
stronger.
that magic of integrating and she has that magic of integrating and making the whole task of learning fun. So
She
uh,
connects a neuron. You can say please, like Janibora ma'am should put like below Janibora connects a neuron.
exactly.
Tagline, the tagline. I am about saying about
Yes,
tagline.
exactly. She was
So
amazing.
she was amazing. Like for BTR, like for BTR, it was like really amazing. I know the topics, like these topics are coming day by like in every exam. So we know it about,
Hmm,
we know the topics that are repeating. Like we either we have to focus on like question bank, or we have to know that we someone prepare for us topics already. So we have to
hmm,
revise
hmm.
that only. So it's like we are
Yes,
get so
exactly.
we get time actually.
Yes, exactly.
So you are
But
so
apart from Zainab ma'am, I would also like to mention Deepti ma'am and Sumer sir. I was The
yeah.
thing is that I kind of feel like they're very underrated because they're always approachable and you can always text them on Instagram.
Oh
I used to think that, you know, since they're celebrities and they're very busy people and would they see my Instagram DM? And I just messaged them one day out of anxiety makes you
you
do stupid stuff, so I just went
yes
and DM'd her on Instagram and I told her I was feeling very anxious. This is my situation. I lost my chance at mop up. I should have given more options, and you get into that spiral. I texted her the entire thing. She read it and she just said, uh, she just sent voice notes. She instead of just sending me a text message, she sent me voice notes. She told
okay.
me how I can fix my strategy, and she was very approachable. She didn't even it was something amazing to me. I mean, the fact that she was available, and I think she replied within an hour or so. That she was also quick to reply. So
Like
there are
we feel
people that
confident when someone reply.
they're very
Like
approachable, and even I think they have the dams mentors group on Telegram. Around
yes.
around January and February, they used to open the group every 2 or 3 weeks so that people could ask openly what their
Oh,
questions and their doubts. And Sumer sir and Deepti ma'am would reply to it, each of them personally. So I always
Okay.
felt that the
Wow.
effort they put was commendable, and they were so underrated because I have not seen any other professor do
No,
that
no,
for us.
they are not underrated. They are very famous. Like
I mean, I feel
so
like they
in
should get more
like
credit
they
than
should
they're
get more
receiving
credit.
right now. Yeah.
Like actually Jenny Vora Mam was also approachable. Like I can say
Yes, 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 yeah.
like if by Telegram we are like more up, teachers are more approachable by Telegram
Yes,
means or
exactly. Yeah.
Instagram by
Hmm.
social network we can say. And like over time
Hmm.
like they don't have so much social network and
Hmm.
we used to talk in Facebook and Facebook is so shit nowadays. Like
Yes,
like
yes. Oh God.
it's so shit that even Mark Zuckerberg change its name. So so what are your stress buster in free time?
Uh, I was also blessed with a good set of friends, and I'm a person of faith. So I used to
Okay.
wake up early in the morning. I used to wake up early in the morning, and I'd go to church. The where I was staying, the church was very close by, so I would go to church every morning, and it was just a half an hour. It was a prayer only. It was a holy mass of only half an hour, and at the end of the prayer, I would just tell God, please let me be able to work hard today. Please let me be able to use this one day to the best of
In
my
best
efforts
possible way.
in the best possible way. Please don't let me. I mean, please give me the strength to do that. That's all I prayed for during the whole time. And there were days where I would feel very hopeless, and I would tell God, please don't break my heart again. Please don't. You broke my heart once again. Please don't do it
Uh,
again.
so the
Uh,
God will reply, don't fall in love.
yeah, but there are other ways to break your heart again, like giving your hope for mop up and then missing your missing your seat by 18 ranks. That's I think the greatest heartbreak I've been through. So I used to prayer was a way of um, relieving stress for me. It was a hopeful way of relieving stress. The thing is, I also had a good set of friends whom I could call and whom I could um, ask for advice at any time. Um, and I used to make sure that I went out once in a week. I made sure,
Okay.
and even if I didn't have time, and if I didn't have the mental capacity to go out and enjoy, I made sure that I went out with my friends once a week and had lunch, or went out for at least ice cream. I made sure that my friends also made sure because there were some days I
Oh,
tried to cancel on them and they would drag me out somehow.
so if you're okay, you can mention their name also.
What?
So if you're okay, you can mention their name also.
Yeah, his name is Don. He's one of my best friends. We've
Okay.
been studying in college. We've been together since we've been friends since college. So
Okay.
yeah,
So he's selected. So he's selected.
yeah, he got 1,000 rank. Yeah,
Oh, cool. So
he started preparing way before I did, and his last attempt was 10,000 also.
okay. So next question is like, what was it like? You are like divide your day in like morning and evening, or like you read continuous? Like
Um,
people like us divide our day. Like in morning we read different subject, like long subject, and evening time we will read short subject. So did you follow that or like use different strategy for
um,
yourself? Like
no, I did not actually divide into morning and night. I made sure that uh, by the time the thing is, if I made it morning and night, I had a tendency to procrastinate the whole thing. So what I did was I used to divide the day into strong subject and weak subject.
okay, like that's
So
better choice, like better choice.
yeah, in my by the time I take to complete these subjects would be longer, but but the uh, the result I got was greater because I would the strong subjects like I would tell you I'll tell you from how I did it from GTs. Uh,
Okay.
when I do a GT every week, I did a GT every week, not because I wanted to manage my time. I wanted to know if I was doing better. So I did GTs
Have
every week, and
okay, the GT you left in like in last 6 months or 7 months, you have those GTs also. So you have so many
yeah, I
GTs.
had skipped so many GTs. I had GTs for every week for for till the exam,
Yes,
and
yes.
I did, what I did was every Sunday was a GT day, and
Okay.
by Sunday evening, I would be analyzing, and there'll be your bottom 3 subjects, right?
Okay.
The
Like
most
triple
common
strategy.
mistake,
Deepti
yeah,
ma'am's three pillar strategy it was.
exactly. But I did change it a little bit. The thing with one flaw I found with Marrow's GT analysis was that they give you your weakest subjects depending on the percentile.
Yes.
But you're not, and everybody's studying one subject at a time, and so the percentile changes. But more than that, you're supposed to improve your score, right? So you
Yes.
should be looking at subjects where you made most mistakes. So sometimes most of the time my orthopedics will be lowest. My weakest subject was
Okay.
orthopedics. My orthopedics would be at my lowest, but I would see that ophthalmology, I had made the most number of mistakes in a subject. So I have to
O-
focus on ophthalmology.
Okay. So you
So
want to
it is
take
important.
ki remove your mistake like simple.
Uh, you're supposed to, if you correct your negative mark to a correct answer, you get 5 marks extra. I mean, it's even more
Yeah.
gratifying. So I
Yes.
made sure there were some of the subjects would be even in the middle 3. So you have to pay attention. And what I
Yes.
did was I made sure that the subjects sometimes like for short subjects, if you make one mistake, your percentile goes very low.
Yes.
But out of maybe 3 questions, you made one wrong, and your percentile goes by 75 or maybe sometimes 60, and you're in the bottom 3. But if
Yes.
you may pay attention, sometimes a major course subject is in the middle, and you've made 5 mistakes from that particular subject. So you're supposed to work on that subject.
Yes. Yes. True. 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 Like in medicine, this will happen very easily. Like
Yes,
we do
exactly.
many mistake and even after that, because in percentile, many people do mistake and we got good percentile in that because percentile is based on like number of people attending the question.
Exactly. They're just like us. They might have studied that subject some other time, just the week before the GT, and they got good marks in it. So that could have also happened. So the percentile is not a reliable indicator for during GT analysis.
It's like you are like literally studied deeply, like the GT story.
Well, I
So
can tell you
so
that 100 days of desperation can do things to you.
so how did you revise GT? Like after finishing your GT, you revise it like in 1 day, you revise by subject wise, or
No,
revise in next 7 days.
no, doing a GT was exhausting. After a GT, I made sure I'd take a break, take a good
Go
break, and
go outside
not
with friend.
study.
Okay, then.
Yes, friends, yeah. So the thing is, after that, what happened was I would bookmark every wrong answer and every skipped answer and every answer that I had guessed correct.
Okay,
I'd
then.
bookmark everything and then leave it. Then from Monday onwards, Monday to Saturday, I
Okay.
would do subject-wise bookmark revising.
Oh, then you always like imagine just this GT you have 98 question wrong. Okay, so you bookmark
Hmm.
98 question. Though
Yes.
before the next GT you revise 98, so you remove that from bookmarks or like you include that in next bookmarks next division also. Like if
Uh,
from next paper you had
if
200
I've made it,
bookmarks.
that's a good question. The thing is, if I would attempt the questions again. I would
Okay.
blindly attempt the questions again. I would make a custom module from the bookmarks. And if I make a I would remember the questions. You will have a vague idea that this question came for that particular GT, and you'll try to attempt it again. You know you did it wrong, so you'll try to
Yes.
attempt it again. And then I'll read the solution properly. I felt like I take the solution more seriously when I make it wrong again.
Okay. So like you
Uh,
want like it should not be guessed. Like you should know it. You should know about it.
Yes, exactly. So sometimes there were questions that I did wrong in the GT, but when I came to revising it in the bookmark, I did better. But so that would mean that I got it correct because I read the notes properly.
Okay. Cool, cool.
So
So you mentioned that wrong question in your bookmark books, like
yeah,
PYQ.
I would take a screenshot of it and then again keep it in a Telegram group or in a WhatsApp group,
Oh,
and then read it
okay,
when I felt I couldn't do anything.
okay. So what was your approach to like PYQ, previous year questions?
Previous year questions, I did it in the last 3 weeks, around when I had uh, if to be exact, when I had around 32 days before the exam, that's when I did PYQs. And when
Okay.
I did mistakes in PYQs, I would read that, and then sometimes it will be charts and it will be classifications, and then I would take an A4 size paper and try to write it down in as clear as possible in a very bright manner, because I will be able to grasp it like that. And then I would
Okay.
stick it in my wall, on my wall,
Okay. Colorful wall.
and
Colorful wall.
yes, colorful one. But the thing was, by the time I was done with NEET, my room looked like I was crazy because there were so many pictures, there were so many sticky notes, and
Okay.
I
Okay.
literally had no idea what to look at.
Send me that picture of your room. I will stick in that video. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, but in the end, there was this unconscious memory because I had seen it at some point of time in a
Yes, yes.
in a bright
Like
color.
four hard and multiple, multiple revision topics like pediatric milestone. You can do like that. You have to put like
Exactly.
make a memory, make a diagram of something like that, and put in
Hmm.
front of you. It will really help you. Like and
I had a
don't
full wall
write.
dedicated to gynecology.
Oh, like why don't you pick gynecology gynecology then medicine?
Oh,
Like.
well, it's too
uh,
late to think about it, right?
like I want to mention like people do like this shit like when they well, like you have to be little bit creative in like that when people like sticky notes they tend to do like they simply like 2 month child will child will like in 9 months the child will immature pincer gap child will have immature pincer gaps in 12 month child will have mature pincer gap. So instead of writing like literal words to words you can make like some creative like either
Exactly,
put
yeah.
some like so like it's like more grasping instead of like
Yeah,
focusing on
like
word
in
to
a
word.
mnemonic that you will somehow be able to remember, even though you won't have logic behind it.
Yes, the mean of mnemonic is like that only. Na? You have to remember by like with close eyes also. Like you don't
Exactly,
have to
yeah.
like not like that. I don't know. I know my mnemonic, but I don't know from which topic is this. I made this. So like instead of copying mnemonic, you made your own. Like
Yeah, I did, I did. Because I felt like if I make the mnemonic by myself, I'll remember it better.
yes. So
And my whole,
hmm,
my whole, the whole thing is stressful. So it's better if you be creative as you can and enjoy it while it happens, because it's
yes.
very stressful and there's no one else to like understand what you're going through. So you have to be
100
your
like
best comfort.
100 is like stressful. People do revise at that time. Like some people toppers are like in third and fourth revision, and you are doing like in first and like doing your best with
Yeah.
like so much
It was not
to
easy.
do.
It was difficult, but when I think about it now, I'm happy that I could
Like
work for.
we are happy when you get something. That's the reason.
Yes,
Like you got
exactly.
good rank, else you will regret. Like don't regret. Like but we feel so like sad that I can do much better than this. But
Yes,
you
I
got
know. Even I
good.
had that thought process in my back, but I was just too scared to try my luck again.
Like I know you checked your rank 2 3 times while in result. Like short
Exactly.
2041, short 2041. Like
I was a little worried when the scorecard came out because I thought, maybe they felt they had a mistake. We can never be sure. Maybe when my scorecard comes, my original rank will be out. I even
yeah we like people download scorecard because like they don't want like something different difference. Like they do
exactly the
check
reason why
everything.
I downloaded my scorecard was to make sure that this whole thing is not a prank.
The reality of system is this like when people know that I am joining the college and this is my first day, then people will feel comfortable because we don't know the system.
Yeah.
Any day that they can cancel the exam, any day that they cancel the scorecard, any day they can like there is Supreme Court, there is postponement issue. Like
Yes,
we talk
exactly.
about postponement also in like in Telegram. Like you are
Yes,
consoling
I
me and I am
know.
like I you are consoling me and I am like why I am the owner of group, the biggest group for consoling everyone. Like okay, someone is consoling me. So last
The
question
thing
was
was,
like
huh.
hmm,
The thing was,
the
even
thing
I was
was
very unsure. I was hoping for the postponement because that would give me a little more time. But last year's drama was also a lesson for me because even they tried to postpone it twice. And
Yes.
again, this time, when there was some people, I'm not mentioning their names, they were there in the postponement drama last year also.
Yes,
So
yes.
when they entered the scene again, that's when I realized this whole thing is a scam, and I shouldn't really waste my time on this.
Uh,
And
we
their
mock them very
entrance,
much.
yes, their entrance into the scene was actually one of the reasons why I left the entire postpone because I had completely lost hope by then
That's
about the
better now.
postponement. So
Like avoid Telegram. Avoid Telegram at least last 2 months to avoid this postponement shit. Right?
yeah, there'll be people will, and even if you try to avoid the group, there'll be people in other groups talking about it. And
No.
accidentally, your mind will be hoping secretly for a postponement. And then slowly you'll be slowing down your revision. And that can have
Yes.
a very serious detrimental effect on your effort.
Like my thing question like how did you avoid FOMO? The question will be like how did you avoid postponement shit? Like
Exactly. FOMO is something you can deal with. It's easy. You can just avoid it. But postponement, no way.
like
Somehow
one
it will
of your
find its
friend.
way to you.
Yes, like yes. So last question was how was your like exam day strategy? Like last day of exam,
Okay.
the fear
So
of
what I did
100 days.
was, yeah. I was by the time I had reached my exam, the week before my exam, I started having panic attacks. I was crying. I
Oh,
felt like everything I did was going to waste because I did a GT and my score wasn't well. It was not improving. So I felt like I
okay.
should have given. You get that last moment nervousness where you think you should have done better for the mop up
Yes.
before this particular exam, and I was regretting not taking the random college that I wanted. Um, but and then my friends had to call me and calm me down.
Okay.
I have other my college. I have another friend called Raghavendran, and he
Okay.
called me and he told me that after the exam I will come all the way there and punch you because I know you'll do good, because I know you'll be fine. The he was like he said something in Tamil that vaguely translates to uh, you can worry about it after it's done.
Yes.
Just 1 week, you will 1 week you just have to relax and be as calm as you can. It's difficult, but the more you calm yourself down, the better you'll be able to have
Retain
your
things.
head in, yeah, retain
Yes.
things and have your head in the right place during the exam. So
Yes. Yes.
uh, my friends had to call me. They had to check on me. I have a younger brother, and he had to keep checking. We're very close, and
Okay.
he kept texting me, and he was making sure I was okay. And I had a lot of support at that time. And the day before the exam,
Yes.
I had like huge A4 sheets about classification and hysterectomy and gynecology and OG. My OG was my worst subject actually among the final year subjects.
Okay.
So, and OG is like a subject you can easily score well.
Yes.
So, more than medicine, in my advice would be to not waste a lot of time because medicine it's very difficult to score more than 75-80% for the exam. Other
And
subjects,
other
it's a
subject also
possibility.
also covered that medicine. Other subject also for
Yeah,
medicine easily.
every year the toppers get around 700 marks. 700,
Yes.
720, which means you're
And then
allowed to
one.
make at least one error per subject.
Yes. And that 200, 700 mark and that 100 mark is for medicine only. I
Yeah, it's
think
okay
so.
if medicine takes the 100 marks because I know that in medicine I won't do well
And two, three question
because the
on
options
PSN
will be
of
confusing.
Columbia. Two, three question of
Oh my God,
Columbia.
yes, Colombo. I didn't attempt that question. I was way too scared to take that many chances. Like the entire NEET exam felt like a fever dream because half the time I had no idea. I felt like I was reading the question over and over again.
Okay. So
And yeah, on the day before the exam, I try to walk a lot so that I'll be tired by the time I sleep. But
okay.
I was actually tired when I went to sleep. Went to bed early. I couldn't sleep. I was terrified, and I did not actually listen to what a lot of people told me to uh, stop studying by 6 p.m. and relax. I studied the entire time, and I think that's
Okay.
one of the
Entire
reasons
night.
why I was very. I studied till 10 p.m., like my usual time. I
Okay.
didn't take a break. So I think
Okay.
that's one of the reasons why I felt extremely anxious in the end. But the
Okay.
thing is, when you're anxious and when you're scared, and right before the exam, whatever comes in front of you, you grasp it in your head somehow. Somehow it gets
Yes.
into your head.
Very fast.
So I was trying to use, yes, I was trying to use that to my advantage, but in the end, it affected my sleep. And I ended up taking zero point 0.5 mg of clonazepam, and I slept after that. It was fine. And
Okay.
the exam,
Though we don't
when
recommend it. Though we don't
yeah, I
recommend
don't
to take
recommend it, but if
clonazepam.
I don't recommend it, I don't recommend it to
Ha ha
anyone. But if you are too
ha.
anxious to sleep, you can.
Ha. Like still from this podcast, I don't recommend to take clonazepam. Just be calm. Just make
Well,
sure
you
you have
can
your
spend that time
parents.
with your family. I would,
Ha.
personally, I would recommend not to study it right before you sleep. Just relax
Yes,
and
yes.
hang out with your family.
Relax and don't call, don't search for Telegram, don't do anything shit. Like don't even call your
Yeah.
like someone who is preparing with
Oh,
yourself.
call your
Like don't.
non-medico friends. They'll be extremely supportive.
Ha. Like they don't know they don't know, they will listen very calmly. Ha ha, ठीक है बोल
Yeah,
दे.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
they will like that.
Mhm.
ठीक है, okay, speak. I will listen. I will sleep. If you know what, I will sleep by your listening. Like they will like that.
Yeah, I felt like sometimes during this phase, non-medico friends are much more approachable because you need a clean slate to vent to, and you don't want to take other people's time because they're also busy preparing, and the only free people at this time would be non-medico friends.
Ha. And they always want कि someone call me. Then no one is calling me. Like
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they'll be glad you called. So,
yes. So in the end, anything you want to specify, anything
uh,
you want to mention to juniors or like your follow mates?
juniors, yeah, I would recommend. There's one, but everyone complains about pharmacology, right?
Yes.
But pharmacology is actually a very easy subject if you have the right strategy. You need active recall.
Like how?
How I used to study was I used to take a piece of paper and
Okay.
I wrote down every drug I would read in
That I
in
did in my
green.
UG.
Yeah, I'll make a column of all the drugs and I
Yes.
write it down. And once I'm finished with the topic, I
Mhm.
would stare at each drug name,
Like
and try to remember whatever I read about it.
yes, and it's easy. Like you just have to just remember drug first, then going into that topic. Like many people do, like reading drug, then its details, then reading that its details. Like so much confusion.
Huh. The thing is that the thing is that in NEET they're not asking you the drug name explicitly. They're asking you the property
Yes.
of the drug. So
Yes.
it's better to perform active recall for pharmacology. And in the end, the only subject I had second notes, the short note was pharmacology, and it was easy
O-
for me to revise because I made these lists of the
Okay.
drugs. And underneath each list, for suppose if my topic is about dopamine, I
Okay.
would write all the drugs that are about dopamine, and then
O-
under it, I would write keywords.
Okay.
Keywords regarding
Like
which is
those.
the carboxylase inhibitor, which is everything would be in question form, which is it's so that I can perform active recall.
Okay.
And whatever question that I was not able to recall, I would circle it and then read only that part from pharmacology.
Oh.
So it was kind of like a reverse highlighting. But in the end, that's when I realized for pharmacology during the exam, you just need a small hint about the drug. You don't
Yes.
need complete in-depth understanding.
And like from pharma, it was like every year, like it was like easy question, not like hard. Like people teach, like teacher
Yeah,
teaches
it's
us like, yeah, like don't do like that shit. And like 70% pharma is like from easier topic, na, like general and like sympathetic and parasympathetic
huh.
that wala
The thing with
topics.
it's also
CNA.
integrated with medicine, so which is it makes it a little difficult also.
Yeah, like they integrate with the
Yeah.
integration is like coming into like, but the ANS and like the topic of TB drugs, that was like keep repeating in every exam. So focus, like if you're avoiding the subject, instead of avoiding full subject, focus on that part. Like you can do.
Hmm. that pharmacology is actually much easier to tackle than many
Then
of the subjects around.
yes. Like for me, pharmacology is very easy than ophtha. For me personally,
Exactly. Oh, I hated
like
ophthalmology.
ophtha is like no
No
concept at all.
offense, no
Like
offense, but
literally
ophthalmology was my enemy.
like if someone say pick an art, I will choose an art, but I will not choose ophtha. Like an art is bit easier, very easier for me compared to ophtha. Ophtha is like no concept, bro. Like this is coming, okay. Like we don't even remember primary action. They want to remember tertiary action till tertiary action. Then ultimately we everyone want to okay give us mnemonics. We will read it by mnemonic. Like
Yeah, ophthalmology was one of the few subjects that I lived on mnemonics. Like there was no underlying concept for me. It was only mnemonics.
yeah, I lived all optha. Like no mnemonic even at all. Like if I remember optha mnemonic, what I have to do for other subject? Like so
But
I
the
left
good thing
optha.
is
I
they didn't
literally
ask a
left
lot
optha.
of opthal questions. The good
Huh.
thing is they didn't
They
ask a lot
ask
of
like
opthal questions.
they are approachable. Nah? They ask from like a visual pathway always, and that's easy to do. Easy to do.
Yeah, it's even when you roll out also you can get, so it's fine.
Yes. Okay. So it was good to have you here. Thank you,
Uh,
Dr.
yeah.
Aamiya Jilson Joss. Like your name is too hard to speak. So,
You'll get used to it, it's fine.
so thank you for being here. I hope the
Thank you.
coach junior will learn something from it. Okay.
I hope so too. I feel like we went in a lot of directions today.
So like it's okay. So
Huh.
I am ending. Okay. So
Okay,
thank you
thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you is
much.
listening. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.